Really hope this goth phase ends soon.
Okay, so I actually really liked this movie when it started out. The aesthetic of it, I don't know if you've ever played the game Killer Frequency, but the aesthetic of this movie reminded me of that game, which I love. It's got this 80s vibe to it. I mean, we're supposed to be in the 80s, obviously, but it's a lot of fun. It looks great. And at first, I really liked Lisa. I really liked this character. She seemed really quirky. She seemed really awkward. She seemed really weird. And this movie just started out good. I thought it was really cute. It was really weird. And did you guys know that the director of this is Zelda Williams? It's Robin Williams' daughter. And so I was actually kind of excited to see this film. But I really liked this movie when it started out. I was really enjoying myself. I was really having a lot of fun with it. I wanted to see the love blossom between these two very damaged individuals. However, the movie starts out good. And then it kind of just goes downhill, and I was so disappointed because I was having such a good time with it. And then Lisa's character just kind of turns into an asshole. Like I said, I really liked her, and then all of a sudden, she starts killing people, obviously, or I guess like the Frankenstein guy does. But she just comes off as extremely immature. I know she's a teenager, but she comes off as really unlikable, really selfish, immature. Okay, let me just give you... There was just a scene in this movie that just made me really dislike her, and it has nothing to do with her killing people. So she has a vibrator, and she's sitting there in bed with Frankenstein guy, and he's giving her a massage on her back with this vibrator, because that's what he thinks it does. I mean, I guess that is technically what it does, but it's not for your back. But she's like orchestrated this because she wants him to use that vibrator on her, not on her back. And so she's like, oh, I'm so tense. And she's like, people don't usually use that on just their back. And maybe you could not use it on my back and use it somewhere else. And to me, for some reason, that just made me feel so icky because this guy just came back from the dead. And there's something about her actions of doing this that made me feel like she was really taking advantage of him and manipulating him to do something sexual to her. And it wasn't because she liked him, because at this point, she doesn't have feelings for him. She likes somebody else. So she doesn't even have feelings for him. And she's just wanting him to just, and I don't know why, but that just gave me an icky feeling. I just made me really dislike her. I was like, you're being really selfish, because this guy obviously is willing to do anything for her. And that's another problem. I thought there'd be some kind of relationship being built between the two of them, but right out the gate, Frankenstein guy just kind of is enamored by her, and she's not really enamored by him, which I guess makes sense because he is the undead. I guess he hasn't seen a girl in a while, so whatever. But it comes off as her just being kind of an a-hole. And also, he's from like the 1800s. He's used to a different time. And I guess maybe the way he sees her actions, he sees them as being unique, refreshing perhaps. I feel like a guy like him would just see it as being kind of tacky, because that's how she seems. Not in the beginning, though. In the beginning, I really liked her. I could relate with her. I was like, okay, I get her. But then she just turns selfish, in my opinion. She just seems to revel in the fact that this guy will kill for her. And the way that he kills, like, right away. So I wish the first time that Frankenstein guy kills for her, I wish that the reason he was going to kill was a better reason than the reason that they give. Because he kills somebody for her, but the first time he does it, yes, the person is technically trying to harm Lisa. But it's not like, it doesn't fall into the category of being redeemable, I guess, in my opinion. Not redeemable enough. Yeah, the person's a horrible person, I get it, but I feel like they should have had the first person that he killed for her. I wish it would have been more of a circumstance where you really could justify it. Maybe the other people that they killed after that first initial killing, maybe then you could be like, okay, you're getting a little bit into the gray area now. But that first initial killing, I think, should have been a very redeemable murder. More of a self-defense murder than... And maybe that's not what they were going for. I don't know. But personally, I think that would have made a lot more sense. This movie, it's very 80s. It's kind of Edward Scissorhands, and I like that. I like the feel of it. I like kind of the fact that it's kind of goofy. It's kind of off color a little bit. That's what I like about it. But it lost it in the end because the main character, she just turns into somebody that's very unlikable. She seems to not care about anybody else's feelings. Another thing is she just doesn't seem to fall for this guy until the very end when she realizes this guy will do anything for her. And then she's like, oh, I have this guy completely wrapped around my finger. Well, now I like him. And at one point, one of her goals is just to not go to prison as a virgin. Like, that's your goal? Really? I don't know. I was really disappointed where the film went. I think it could have been really good. I guess I was really in a mood. I was in the mood for a movie like this. If I had to compare this to another film, I would say it's kind of like Edward Scissorhands meets Warm Bodies. And that to me, I'm like, that sounds like a good movie. I want to watch that movie. That sounds fun. I like those types of movies. It started out so promising and then it just went downhill in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think. Just keep watching movies, guys, and keep trying to be happy. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.